All right, next step in assembling our rocket. You should have a piece that looks like this. This is what we've already done. So you should have your little prong on this side, a black ring around this way, and then your another gray ring sort of glued inside. That should be dry. Now we're going to add the fins, so I will pass these out to everybody. And the first thing we need to do is to slide this into the fin. So if you look at your fin, you are going to want to push this in the opposite side. So this is the side we sort of want the smaller tube to come out of. So you're going to take the flat side and you're going to face this so that the end is towards the back, and you want to push it in this way. You're going to continue pushing it until this is just about flush with the end of the rocket. All right, I'm actually going to take this out and do it again so you guys can see. All right, starting with the flush side, the flat side, this will be the side that would be kind of like on the ground. You're going to take your tube and you're going to slide it through. It's going to come out the top, and you're going to continue pushing until all you have left is sort of that little prong to the end. Okay, now we're ready for the next step. Now you can pick up your green ring, and I think I forgot my glue. Give me 1 second. All right, remember, it's much easier to put the glue on your finger, so I am going to put a small drop of glue on my finger, and I am going to put it all inside of the green ring. So you want to kind of do the whole thing. So I'm going to do this half, and then I'm going to put a little bit more glue on my finger, and then I'm going to turn this around and do the other half. So you want glue all around the inside of this green ring. Don't need a lot. And then you're going to slide this green ring on until it touches the very end. So it might be a little bit tricky, but you're going to go ahead and push down until it meets the fin. And then you can just let that sit to the side. Oops. All right. Next, we are going to put it into the tube. So you'll need to pick up the tube. Remember, the tube is reversible right now. There is no top or bottom, so you can pick either side. It doesn't matter. You're going to take a little bit of glue, and on whichever side you choose, you are going to put some glue. And you want to put in enough so that this whole green part is going to have glue on it. So you got to put this up far enough that it's about the same depth as the green piece. All right, now you're going to slide the green piece in as far as it'll go. And here's the tricky part. The reason that you have this line right here is because you want this metal piece to be lined up with the line that you drew. Whoops. And you want it to be in between two fins. So see how this metal piece is in between two fins and the line is in between two fins? This is where your launcher is going to go, and you don't want the launcher to be right on top of one of the fins because you'll have a really hard time sliding it on. So you want, hopefully you can see that line, you want the line that you drew to be in between two fins lined up with your little metal piece. So all of this should be in a straight line. Now we're going to attach the little straw that you're going to use to slide onto the launcher. So about an inch up, and this does not need to be exact. If you want to be exact, you can. Let me grab a pencil. So approximately 1 inch up from the fin is where you want the straw to start. So you can make a little mark if you want, you do not have to. And then you are going to use your finger again. It's much easier to use your finger. And right where that 1 inch mark is, you can go ahead and just almost like paint a little line of glue about the length of your straw, because this is where your straw is going to go. Put a little bit more glue on my finger. And you can wipe that off. And then I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to place it right where I put that glue. So it's going to look like that. And if you get it as straight as you can on that line, then the launcher will be able to slide in there very easily. If it's crooked, the launcher will have a very hard time getting in there. And just make sure that your straw is on your line. It's in between the fins, and your metal piece is lined up with the straw. If you really want to perfect your rocket or have it be completely designed, you can erase the rest of this line. You do not have to do this part, but you do not need this line for your final design. We are done with the line. And then you are going to want to set that aside and let it dry. The next thing we need to do is pick up your directions. Remember, I told you that on the very front is going to be an important piece that we need. So the piece is right here, and we are going to be cutting that out. So I'll give you a minute to find your directions, take them out of your bag. And the first thing I'm going to do is just cut half of this page so that I can easily cut that. So I'm going to open up my directions. And I'm going to cut and I'm going to cut this way. You can take the rest of the directions and put them to the side. And we're going to be focusing on this piece right here. So this kind of triangle is what we need to cut out. And you're just going to cut on the very outline. And this piece is all you should have left. All right, I want you to set it down so that the number 1 is facing you. Okay, so the number 1 should be facing you. At this time, you're also going to want to pull your shock cord out of your bag. Okay, so this is going to help us secure the shock cord to the inside of the tube. So you need one end of your shock cord. There is no right or wrong end, so you can use either end. And you are going to put some glue on number 2. And you're going to wipe it towards the number 1. You're going to lay your cord and you're going to take side 3, folding it towards you over the middle. So picking up side 3 and folding it towards you so that the bottom part is covered and your cord should be kind of laying in glue where the number 1 is. So now that I have this, you're going to fold it again with the cord. So that the cord is sort of folded up in there. You can set that to the side to dry. Now, you need to pick up your nose cone. And first thing you need to do is remove this little section that's right here. Hopefully you can see that. But this is where you're going to put your parachute, and you just need to pop out that little white piece that's in between there. So you can use your scissors, or you can wait for me to come around with the box cutter. But basically, you can just kind of stick something in there until that little piece pops out. There it is. So you can kind of see how it's starting to come out. And I am just going to pull that piece all the way off so that I have a hole where the cord is going to go. And then you can set that piece to the side. The next part you're going to need is your parachute. So your parachute comes in a bag all by itself, and you can just go ahead and open the bag. You do not need to save the bag. You're going to be throwing the bag away. This can be thrown away. You're going to open up your parachute . And you're going to open it up. And you're going to have 3 strings. One string is going to go across the middle. This one is going to go side to side, so pick that one up first. Then you're going to have one on the other end. You're going to take that and join it together. And then you're going to have one on the opposite side. And you're going to pick that one up and place it together. So you should have the 3 cords in your hand. You're just going to lift that up and hold it so that you have those 3 pieces in a loop. You're going to take those 3 pieces and you're going to slide them through that little piece that you just cut out, that little hole. Oops. So the 3 loops should be going around through that little hole. Now that they've gone through, you're going to find your little loops and you're going to pick them up so that you have all 3 loops. So you should have 2 fingers like through the loops. You're going to take the opposite end of your parachute and you're going to feed it through the loops. So here's where you sort of have to watch first. So you can fold up your parachute and you're going to put it through the holes on the other side. And then you're just going to pull and keep pulling, and eventually it will tighten up to make a little slip knot. And then you can set that to the side. Now we're going to go back to our shock cord. We are going to have a bunch of packing materials that are going to have to be packed inside here. So we've got to get this shock cord attached to the inside of the tube, but it's got to be sort of down inside of the tube. So we want it to almost be like pushed down, so you have about a finger's length pushed down into the tube. It doesn't matter where on this tube that you place it, so you don't have to worry about lining it up with anything. It just has to be down inside there. So the best thing to do is with your finger again, and I would definitely pick your index or middle finger because you're going to have to stick it as far down there as you can. So I'm going to use my middle finger and I'm going to put some glue on it. And you only need to put enough glue so that this little area can be covered when you put it inside the tube. So I'm going to put my finger down as far as it'll go, and I'm going to put the glue right on that part right there. Then I'm going to take my shock cord and I'm going to put it right on that glue spot that I just put down. Let me find it now. I lost it. Okay, there it is. And you're going to push it down so that it is on. Now it's sticking to my finger. There we go. So it should be stuck down about a finger's length down the tube. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in this video, but there it is. And then you're going to set that to the side to dry.